guys, so welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. So thank you guys for watching my channel. It really means the world to me, and a lot of you guys have been asking me to do a video on homeschooling, which, you know, a lot of people I think don't know exactly what homeschooling is, so I thought this would be a really good video to make. And a lot of you guys know that I'm homeschooled, but if you don't, I am homeschooled. That's why I'm qualified to make this video. And I also wanted to talk to you guys about what school looks like for people who act, because it is different for a lot of different people, and you know, it's something that you're gonna have to talk to your parents about. But yeah, let's just get into the video. So for actresses and actors who are aspiring to act, it's a very good thing to be homeschooled, because auditions are usually, some of them are during school, some of them are like right after. It just depends. They're not very sensitive to kids having school, or that kids can't miss a certain amount of days. You know what I mean? They're not very like good at working with kids' schedules. So I mean, I would talk to my parents about it, be like, hey, if I really want to act, like, I think I should be homeschooled. There's a lot of different options for homeschooling, and what is really cool is whenever you audition for an agent and you're homeschooled, they really like that, because it shows like your flexibility and that you can just go in for an audition and all this really cool stuff. But yeah, that's a really good thing about being homeschooled. So the different types of homeschool are, there's the kind of homeschool where your parents come up with the curriculum. It's totally up to your parents. They tell you what kind of schoolwork you do. They follow like a curriculum that they choose. There's that sort of homeschool. Then there's online school, where it's just like homeschool. You have to sign in, do your work. There's different types of online school. Some of them are just like public school, but you're at home, like you have a teacher, you have to sign in every single day. That probably wouldn't be the best option, because they're just as picky. But then there's other types of online school. My friend does online school where she like watches a video like she's in the class and does her work like she's in the class, and just watches the video as the teacher explains it. She really enjoys it. She's an actress also, so that's one way you can do it. And then I do something called CC, Classical Conversations, where you go in on 1 day a week, and we do Tuesdays, and they give you all of the work that you're gonna have to have done by next week. You do a lot of projects and sort of stuff like that, and they have every single subject, and you like do your work at home, and then you bring it in the next week, and they like grade it. They give you report cards. It's like considered private school sort of, but you're homeschooled, and you can miss as many Tuesdays as you want. It's completely up to your parents. So if you're filming a lot one week, your parents can say like, hey, she's not going to be able to do this. Hey, she doesn't have to read this book. It's a very fluid thing. It's not like you have to show up every single Tuesday. You're not going to get in trouble if you don't. You know what I mean? So it's I really think it's a good thing for people wanting to get into acting. It can be hard work. It's pretty difficult work, because you have to be completely self-motivated, and it's like you have to get it done by the next week, but you have to make yourself do it. So it's kind of like, oh, you don't really want to. It's horrible. Sometimes I just do not want to do the work, but you know, I have to, so it's very annoying. If you're not a very self-motivated person and your parents aren't going to be there to be like on top of you, homeschooling might not be for you, because you have to be educated. You know, you have to do school. There's just not an option where you just don't do it if you want to have a successful life. I'm not saying you have to be like very well educated to like get a job, but you do need some sort of education. So it is important, and you have to make sure that you're staying on track with the other kids. But that is what homeschooling is. A lot of people think you just like chill out in your PJs all day, and if you feel like it, you just do some work. That is not at all for what homeschooling is for me. I have friends and that's how they do it, but for me, it is not like that at all. My mom stays at home and homeschools me, and like drives me to auditions and everything like that. So I wake up at 7 o'clock every morning, pretty much every morning, unless it's been like really busy. At 7 o'clock every morning, I get showered, I eat breakfast, and then I start doing my schoolwork. And I can end whenever I want, like whenever I finish my work, not whenever I want, but like whenever my work is done, then I can be done. It's not like I have to be doing schoolwork until like 3 o'clock or whatever, but I do have to wake up at 7 and do my work. and I do it, and if I like double up, I don't have to do it one day, so that's a really cool thing. You can just like get it done, knock it out, and then be free like the entire week. That is one really awesome thing. It's just hard to be motivated that one day to get it all done. So that's like one thing that kind of sucks, but that's more what homeschooling is. For end of the year testing, your parents can actually claim religious exemption, which means you don't have to take the test at the end of the year. But I take the California Achievement Test, which is kind of like an SOL sort of thing, but it's like not as like intense, and we don't learn to like take tests. We just like learn the work, and then the work that we've learned all year is like on the test, and we just take the test, and then we get back like how we did and all of this other stuff. So that's, you know, it's pretty cool. But that's what I do for my homeschool, and here's how it works when you're in school and you show up on set. So what happens is, so say you're the Stranger Things kid, say you're, you know, Noah Schnapp, who goes to school still. What happens is he goes to school. So Stranger Things films like a few months out of the year, right? So he is working on Stranger Things, but what he does is like I'm guessing this is what he does. This is what most people do. So they go to school whenever they're not filming, and then whenever they find out they're about to film, they go to the school and they say, hey, I'm gonna need like 3 months of my schoolwork sent to my set tutor, and I'll do it on set. So what happens is you have to have, whenever you go on set and you work on a set, you have to have 3 hours of schoolwork every single day. So every day that you work on set, you have to have 3 hours of schoolwork. They have a set tutor who is like a qualified teacher that makes sure you do your work. They tell you how to do it, and you know, you do it for 3 hours out of the day, every single day you're on set. And you just like get it all done, and then you know, you go home. And I don't think that they have homework, but it's like constant. They have to be like going back to their trailers and doing schoolwork. But that is how it works for people that are in public school, stuff like that. And then for people that are homeschooled, their parents or their whatever curriculum they're following, they'll just give it to the set tutor, and the set tutor will like dish it out and be like, here's what you gotta do, this is what you gotta do, you know, get your work done. I'm not really sure, but that's how it works for things like that. And if you're an extra if you're an extra in California, then you'll do schoolwork on set. But if you're an extra in Georgia or Atlanta, you will not, unless you work over 3 days. So most of the time when you're an extra, they'll have you work like 2 days and then come back a week later, because if you work 3 days in a row, then they have to bring in a set tutor, and that costs more, so they don't like doing that. So usually they're kind of cheap and they don't have that happen. But when you're a lead, they have a set tutor there, and you know, they make sure you get your work done. But yeah, that's basically all of the notes I have on being homeschooled. I really hope this helped, because a lot of people were interested in it. I think homeschooling is a really great thing as long as you're actually learning. But I really hope this helped, and that you guys got to, you know, have your questions answered. Any video suggestions, leave them down below. And like I said in my last video, I will have my P.O. box still open, so you guys can still send me stuff, because I'm waiting to get a few more things in to make the video, and I will keep like posting about stuff that I get in the mail, so you guys can see me open it and everything. But yeah, thank you guys for watching my channel, and I love you guys so much. Bye!